does it help to look anywhere? Okay. You can't put that idiot smile on your face.
What?
Nothing. Okay. So my name is JaeJune Lee, and I also have gone by the name Jason for a very long time. And it's actually this hesitation between choosing the name Jason and JaeJune is deeply grounded in a conflict I've had personally. I think I would like to share that today. So I was born in 1993, Johannesburg, to Korean immigrants who immigrated to Johannesburg, South Africa, near the end of apartheid. And later that year, in December 1993, Mandela would be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize with F.W. de Klerk. 1994 would be the end of apartheid. And in many ways, there was hope that'd be change. It was the new Rainbow Nation, the new generation of Mandela, of freedom, of equality, of brotherhood. Yeah. And so I was born into that kind of new generation. Yeah. And in many ways, there was hopes for that. But I deeply feel that growing up, many things had not changed from apartheid. Many things had stayed the same. In very important ways. So when my parents moved to Cape Town, for example, Cape Town is very much segregated. White people still live in the white areas. You have black people living in the black areas in the outskirts, where they were all supposedly allocated during apartheid. And so I grew up in this, as I said, white suburban area, good school, good government school, and all my friends I grew up with since primary school in Cape Town were white, essentially all white. And from a very young age, my parents used to tell me, "Oh, don't play with the black kids, don't play with the coloured kids, but actually go play with the white kids. You know, they're the more cultured, the better." From a very young age, I had this idea that to associate white with being good, you know, whiteness and goodness, a very strong link, and going down from there, and that affected me deeply in a sense, because from a very young age I actually, to be honest, wanted to be a white boy. I wanted to be white, as I saw my friends and saw all the people I liked, the girls I liked, my teachers, all the people I looked up to, were essentially white, and I grew deeply ashamed. I would look in the mirror and I would say, why do I have to be white? I mean, why do I have to be yellow? Why do I have to be Asian? In some sense, it was a kind of a yellow pound of flesh, of prison flesh. And yeah, I remember this one time where a girl I really actually liked, she was apparently white as well, that she'd come up to me while I was playing soccer, and I was the goalkeeper, and she'd tell me, "Hey Jason, I like you a lot, I think you're great." And there was something in me that immediately reacted to that, and I looked at her and I said, "Well, no, that's really funny, well, thank you." And I just turned around, and then she looked at me again and she told me, "Hey look, Jason, I really like you." And I don't know, something in me just really didn't register that, and I said, "Ha ha ha, very funny," because I thought she was teasing me. The reason why I thought she was teasing me was because it was deeply in thought of me, I thought, how could anyone like me? Because I was Asian, I was different. And I guess as a child, everyone wants to be like everyone else. You want to look like your friends, you want to be like your friends. And I'd look to my friends' families, the way they live, their culture, their lunch boxes, which are all very much similar, only mine smelled different. Only I looked different, and I had a different lifestyle, different culture, different heritage, which I grew deeply ashamed of. So by my friends, I was always known as the chink, the Asian, wasabi on toast, names like that. And I actually took it, I was fine with it. And when I went to the church community, which is a very Korean church community, I was always known as the kind of, I was always known as the white kid, or the South African, also alienated from being Korean. I was always kind of stuck in the middle, not here, not there, always somewhat of a stranger floating about. And so that essentially is the conflict itself that had been going on within me for a very long time. What actually resolved it in the end was, or got ready, once I didn't actually even register this in my mind until I read a book by Steve Biko in high school called I Write What I Like. And he was one of the first people who pointed out to me that, I mean, made me realize and conscious of my own inferiority complex and being ashamed of who I was, of my heritage, my culture, my food, my language. And he, with the slogans that were important from America, such as "Black is beautiful," "Black man, you're alone," "Stand for yourself," "Be proud of who you are," "Don't let racism get you to your mind," "Don't think yourself as inferior," "Don't look to other people to come save you," "Don't be a sort of victim to history or your environment," or whatever it is. But shape yourself, be who you are, be who you want to be, and be proud of your roots. Don't admit to anyone that you're inferior to anyone else. And those kind of words deeply influenced me and gave me a lot of courage. And, you know, it's a very important thing to acknowledge that I had been living in this sort of inferiority complex in my life. And as soon as I started gradually realizing this over the years, I started calling myself JaeJune. That was my original Korean name instead of Jason. And I suppose that's my story, really, in the end.